Hi Gemini, and welcome to your May 2018 reading. My name is Camille, Gemini rising, and I'm here at Millennial Tarot. Oops, I got that backwards. Lovely time for you. We will be starting your birthday month at the latter half of May, so a preemptive happy birthday to all my May Geminis. Geminis are having an interesting time right now, especially Gemini risings. Just as the sun and its little cohorts, Mercury and Venus, start marching towards that place in the sky where it becomes your birthday, it's just everything starts getting like really active. We just had Venus is currently in Gemini, so if you're a Gemini rising, it's really activating that beauty. Oh yeah. If you're a Gemini sun or moon, we have Venus conjunct loosely or tightly with your sun or your moon, which is a beautiful, harmonizing, stabilizing time. So I wish that for you. Success to you. If the biggest astrological thing we have happening in the month of May, besides the fact it's going to be your birthday, is that Uranus is moving into your next door neighbor, Taurus. So Gemini rising, that means it's going to be moving into your 12th house. You know, Gemini sun, it means Uranus is going to be slowly moving towards your sun or moon. Revolutionary ideas, spunk, creativity, eccentricity, being a rebel, all that stuff. All the good Uranian stuff is going to be lighting up your chart somewhere, wherever Gemini is. But without further ado, I'm talking too much, trademark Gemini. I'm going to be getting into your May reading to see what you can expect. Of course, I'm still offering my private readings, just $10, so hit me up below. I will leave my email there. But without further ado, you, Gemini. All right, we'll do it one more time. Perfect. Woo! Narrowly avoided that one. Cool, you guys are having a kind of Aries is kind of going through the same thing. So here we have the Queen of Cups coming into this reading, recent past, starting off the reading with the energies of. Then we're moving into Judgment. Someone's got to go. And then we're moving right here to the Knight of Wands. So, very powerful reading. We have, Judgment card presently, setting off major movements for May. And then we're bookended by two court cards, the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So the story that I'm getting here is like, I know Gemini so intimately because I'm a Gemini rising. And so you're the sign that I can speak the most with authority with because of my own personal experience. But from like, let's say, really since last May, but definitely since like last November, things may have been a little bit rough. And the Queen of Cups is coming in to say, setting off the reading, recent past, energies that are yours to have right now. You reached a point of having emotional security. And not only emotional security, but your self-esteem is higher. And when you feel good about yourself, you feel more guided in your actions. Some of you may be tapping more into your spiritual side. The Queen of Cups is very mystical, intuitive type queen. You guys are being mothers to yourself. You guys are really cherishing and loving yourselves. And that's a story that I could corroborate because that's just where I am in my life. So I feel like that's the story for a lot of you. It doesn't have to be some big, I went to a yoga retreat and now I completely changed my mind about everything. It just means like slowly but surely each and every day has gotten a little bit brighter. And you may not be aware of how much progress you have made, obviously, because when we're living in each day, it's hard to see, how we measure up to a few months ago. But the Queen of Cups is here to say, you did it. Wherever it is that you wanted to go emotionally in your life, you did it. Or you're there at a point where you can really taste it. And the Queen of Cups is mothering card. She's psychic. She's intuitive. Of all the queens, she is the most caring. She's the most, come here and tell me all your problems type stuff. And that doesn't necessarily have to be the role that you are taking in your life. It could be a person you're going to, but it's more so the relationship you're having, within your soul. And this is, unlike the other two readings, for Gemini, this is more of an introspective, spiritual type of reading, a more inward journey. And then the Judgment card, I believe, is coming up to say, what is one last thing that you need to get rid of? What is one last thought that is not serving you? Thoughts What is one last person that's not serving you? What's one last habit or action or thing that you can really cut out of your life? The Queen of Cups also representing cups and water and emotions. It could be a time where you guys cut an addiction, cut a vice, or just cut down on some type of actual behavior that was messing up the bod, or could mess up the bod. But then, the Judgment card coming in to say, there's still some skeletons there. We're never free of all of our burdens, of all of our demons. To be alive is to have demons. But there might be one big last thing, or two or three big last things, where if you just changed your mind about it, and Gemini, being a more intellectually detached, how can I think through this? How can I, write through this type of sign? Well, what is that one last thing that you can write off? What is that one last feeling that is not good? And the Judgment card comes up when things that we thought were dead aren't really dead, and St. Peter or St. Gabriel, I don't know, is blowing the trumpet to say, okay, you can ascend into heaven now. So these are things that you thought that you were past. These are things that should May and June and April have brought you or will bring you magical things, like a new job, a new status, things really moving quickly in your career, in your money sector, and then things moving in your relationship sector. Venus is currently in Gemini. This is a great time to be out there and just be active and flirting. So should you sense this newness on the horizon, but you're sensing a little like, oh, I feel like I'm dragging something with me, the Judgment card is here to say now's the time. May is welcoming you to cut ties with things that are dragging you down. We're talking about lighter baggage. So to give an example, if you're in the arena of love and you're dating someone and you're out there being your Venus Gemini and you're flirting and the sun's about to move with Venus, oh, it's going to be so great. If you're having that type of time and then you're combating thoughts of, well, I'm not good enough, the last relationship didn't really work out, or who could like me, the Judgment card is saying, hey, sis, hello, sis, can we kill that? Can we raise it from the dead and then kill it forever? Because these are things that we thought we were past, and it's easy to think that we are beyond something, that we are past something until we get triggered, and then we're like, oh, there it is again. So May is really about cleaning up spiritually what you can clean up, what is no longer serving you. You probably know what it is, or you will encounter it this month. You'll be living your life, having fun, really leveling up your game, and you'll be confronted with something like, it feels like a block. These are gray cemented bodies and they're gray cement caskets. It's going to feel like a block, and you're going to have to reckon with it. This is one last time, one last thing. The universe is saying, have you really changed your mind about that? Are you really ready? And then the Knight of Wands. Yes! That means you have gotten to a place where you're ready. The Knight of Wands moves forth, and he moves forth with confidence. So whatever, we have like lovely, intuitive, watery, psychic, beautiful. This reminds me of the water signs, Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer, who are just so warm and beautiful, there. And then we kind of have here a different type of warmth, fiery, feisty, confident, charisma. But then, like in the middle, it's like we make this weird little detour towards, okay, is this really who you're going to be? Oh, is this really the person that you have the potential to be? And the Judgment card is saying, what is one last thing that we can kill off about ourselves or about our surroundings or about our experience here that is going to block us from experiencing those things, the Queen and the Knight. And then, moving forth boldly. So whatever May promises you, so this is a very general reading, but May could be giving you new blossoms in your love and in your health, in your home, in your money, in your career, in your friendship, in your family. New bonds, new ties, new loveliness, new lusciousness. And the Knight of Wands gives you that spunk and that fire and that confidence and that charisma to get over the Judgment card, to address it, of course, kill off the things, and then move forth. We're not looking back. You think the Knight of Wands is like looking back like, oh, do you think those dead bodies are going to come back? No, whatever we're killing in May, we're killing for good. And the Knight of Wands moves forth and moves forth quickly and does not look back. So we're really at a nexus point here in May where we can choose to not entertain those parts of ourselves or allow the parts of ourselves that drag us down, that would have us saying we're not worth it, that would have us filled with self-doubt, to really take a look in the eye at those dead, decaying, unnecessary parts and say, please no, go away, and then to go away from it. And to do so knowing that it's not going to haunt you, to do so knowing that you're going to be okay, to do so knowing that you are deserving and worthy of confidence and of assertiveness, and to ask out of life what whatever the fuck you want to ask out of life, and to do so knowing that you're going to get it. The wands are so, the fire signs, they're so like, I'm going to get what I want, I'm going to do it. They may not employ as much thinking as a Gemini might do, but they're more action-oriented. They're feeling, they're like, what is this? Is this what I'm supposed to do? I'm going to do it. I'm just not going to care. So really this month is a time to take care of those parts of yourselves and your soul. And the Queen of Cups, the place that you've gotten to within yourself, will help you do that. Should you do it through a spiritual modality? Should you do it through being around other empowered women or feminine energy, whatever. It's a month where we can really move forth into a brand new incarnation of our soul. This is like a karmic month. The Judgment card is always deeply karmic. We have double X, 2 10s, 10 in the tarot is always an ending or a completion of something. So what bad goal, what bad thought, what bad habit that's bringing you down are you going to complete this month, and then move forward with the fire, with the confidence, and with the assertion that anything that you want in life is possible. Just get rid of this. So that has been my beautiful Gemini reading for you. Of course, if you need any more clarity about your specific situation, I'm happy to give you a personal reading. But until then, a very serious time. And I also wanted to say that the gravity of the Queen of Cups as being very deeply mystical and deeply emotional, paired with the gravity of the Judgment card, like, oh shit, dead bodies and skeletons from my past, things that are being triggered that I have to put down for good, met with the levity and the lightness and the childlikeness of the Knight of Wands. First, it points in the direction of Leo, which is coming up after Cancer season, so summer being a good time, sun being more prominent in the sky, being that fireball, but also speaks to moving forth and moving forth lightly. So wherever you've been emotionally, where you've had to like get down in the dregs of your own emotional swamp and emerge as the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Wands is an invitation to now lighten up and to take it easy, to just have fun and to do all those things and to let go of the parts of yourself that aren't letting you fly up and be free, like the beautiful bouquet of balloons that you are. Okay, Gemini? I will see you here in June. Of course, happy birthday to the May Geminis, and I will be back for the other birthdays in about a month. Until then, let go of what you can let go of and fly free. Bye.